Do you just kind of get tired of wearing these? Or you wish it was just more like when you're just singing in the room? Have you heard about singing with the speakers on? Seems kind of crazy, right? I'm going to show you how to do it in Logic. Well, there's a way to do it. It's a little mysterious, but if you follow these 5 steps, you might find it just works for you. I wonder if we can do this as a 5 and 5. Let's hit the clock and see if we can do 5 in less than 5 minutes. Go. If you're putting yourself out there, recording material, releasing it, letting other people hear it, I've got nothing but respect for you. It would be awesome if you would leave something in the comments about this so that we can all learn together. So step 1 is set up the microphone so that it's right between the speakers that it's coming from. Right in the middle is what you're shooting for. Oh, and it's best if your mic is in cardioid position, with the front of the mic away from the speakers, the back of the mic towards the speakers. Okay, so step 2, set up Logic in the usual way, and then we're going to open our first plug-in on the main bus. We're going to go to Imaging, Direction, Mixer, Stereo. All you got to do is put this thing in the middle. So what we're doing right now is we're making it mono. Step 3, see, we're going fast. The gain window here, all we have to do is invert the phase, but on one side only. So this is what it sounds like. Put the plugins off. Put the plugins on. So I know it sounds really, really weird, but the idea here is that the signal is exactly the same and then one side is inverted. That's why you have to make it mono, so that when the signal goes back and meets at the microphone, the idea is that the mic hears one regular signal and one inverted signal and they cancel each other. Now in the real world out in the air that doesn't actually happen, but it helps a lot. Now step 4, here's a really helpful trick. I'm using just a 2-track here and I'm going to double click the EQ. Click the low cut, put that at maybe 120 or something like that. Hit the high cut, maybe 4000. The more signal you can cut out, the less leakage you'll get. So now this is what this sounds like. I took the time to record myself just a few minutes ago because I can't record the screen and the microphone at the same time. So let's just go back to that. So here's the first one. I recorded this just with no plugins at all. So we turn the plugins off now that we want to listen to the vocal. So this is with no plugins at all. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Tell me, can you hear me? Yeah, I know. I know, no future as a rapper. Or a singer. And then this is with all the plugins on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It sounds really weird, but I can still sing along. You should be able to hear quite a big difference into how much leakage, especially in the bottom end and the low mids. You really can sense that. Oh, and when you record the vocal, record the channel that you're recording the vocal on, muted. It'll still record, but it won't come back out through the speakers. So you don't end up with more stuff leaking through. So you're done. You can go record now, easy. I just want to hit you with one more thing in case you want to just really take it to the nth degree and really drive it home. And then step 5, I recorded a pass with me just standing behind the microphone, not singing or rapping. Me rapping. And it sounds like this. As you would expect. Now, if I take that one, put the gain plug-in on it, it's mono, and I invert it, and now I play the one that I recorded along with the inverted signal. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You'll hear even less. Now if I go to this spot where there's only leakage and I add this in, so without it, with it, it's a small difference, but every little bit helps. So after you do that, what you would do is you would build your comp if you do that, and then you would bounce this and that at the same time into a mono file, and that's the file that you would work with, and you could tune it, you could time it, you could do whatever, but you got to bounce these things out without changing any of the levels, and then you've eliminated as much leakage as you can. Give it a try and see if it works for you. It might help you vibe a little bit better. If you think stuff like this is kind of cool, it'd be awesome if you'd hit that subscribe button. And how did we do on the time? Did we beat it? I don't even know.